Where does that leave children in this situation? Because I believe children under 14 are exempt from the Dublin 2 and the Eurodac.
It's really awkward because although there are European policies and practices, in fact they're implemented in different ways in different European countries. So children under 14 should not be returned to any country. The big problem is children between the ages of 14 and say 18. Because some countries won't return minors, i.e. those under 18, and will immediately accommodate them. Others kind of put them in a holding pattern until they get close to 18. So that's the case in the UK, for example. In the UK, once you're about 17 and a half, you will not be allowed to claim asylum, and they will just hold you until your 18th birthday, then you get allowed to say bye. And that's not a very nice present to get, literally on the morning of your 18th birthday. But the other difficulty is that lots of countries increasingly are refusing to recognise, are refusing to accept that somebody is the age that they are. And so they're disputing birth certificates. And in France, though not in the UK, they use this test where they x-ray the bones in the minor's wrist to try and guess how old they are. Even though all of the data demonstrates that this is a completely unreliable test, because how a person's bones age depends on their diet, on what they've been doing with their life. I mean, many of the Afghans that I worked with have been working at building sites since they were 10. Their bodies are a lot older than an Irish 10-year-old child, for example. When one night in Paris, they have, there's a place called Place Colonel Fabien, and minors are told to gather there. So if you've got young children, they'll be told to go to this place. And representatives from France d'Asile, which is it's an NGO, but it's responsible for accommodating minors. They arrive there, and they will line these young people up, and then they'll go, you, not you, you. And they will decide who they're going to accommodate. And they'll be trying to decide, is this person, especially because they haven't got enough beds. So it's not even, if you're under 18, we can offer you a bed. It's, they'll pick the youngest. So they're trying to decide who's younger than whom. But actually, if you're a kid who's lived outdoors most of your life and has travelled overland and has had a fairly traumatic life, the chances are you look a fair bit older than somebody who hasn't had those life experiences. And there's all kinds of horrible situations where you will have somebody choosing one of the Afghans who's managed to learn French and saying, you tell us who the older or the younger person is, which of course creates all kinds of tensions amongst the group. So if you're reminded there are real difficulties, many of the Afghans try not to go to the UK, although most people in the UK seem to assume that everybody wants to go there. They actually want to go to Norway, or Sweden, or Finland, or Denmark, because they are looked after much better there. And everybody's a mobile phone. So you get kids phoning friends and saying, come here, it's much better here, why do you want to go there?